Congratulations on finding the coolest channel on YouTube right now. I go by the name of Aupair on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. If you are a returning subscriber, a regular, day one, thank you so much, my baby, for tuning in once more. I love and appreciate you very, very much. And if you are new here, welcome. It shows that you know and see good things. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell to get notified every time I make a post, because you deserve good things. As you might have seen by the title of today's video, I will be talking about the visa process. So mind you, this is my own experience on how my visa application went. So I'll be giving you guys tips on what to do, the kind of questions they might ask, just pretty much what you need to do to prepare for your interview. For au pairing, you need a J-1 visa. So someone might be like, what is a J-1 visa? A J-1 visa is a visa usually used by au pairs or students or any other person that is on like an internship that allows them to stay in that country for a certain time and then they have to go back home. What documents are you supposed to bring to your visa interview? So the documents that you need to bring to your J-1 visa interview include your passport. Make sure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay. So you need to get your DS-160. This is the online visa application confirmation page with a barcode. Also, you need to have your DS-2019 form. This is a key document for a J-1 visa application, and it's usually provided to you by your sponsor. You also need to bring your visa application fee receipt. This is proof of your visa application fee, basically. So it shows that you paid for like the interview. You need to bring like a bank statement that's gonna prove that you are going to be able to support yourself when you get to the place, like to your host family. Also, what I did was bring a letter from my varsity that proves that I was studying with them and I intend to come back and study after my au pair year is over, because I want to continue my studies. And also you need to bring something that has the address of your host family. When they ask you, do you know where you're going, where your host family is, like have a document that has your host family's name and their address. Important points that you need to remember. First of all, you need to gather all your documents the previous night or even 5 days before your interview. Make sure that you have everything. You've gathered all the documents. You've made copies of the documents. Make at least 3 copies of each document. Check if there's anything that needs to be there. Check for specific requirements. Contact your program sponsor or even the embassy to find out if there's any additional documents that they might need. But usually your agency tells you everything that you're gonna need, but just make sure, check and recheck with them so that when you get there and it's time for your interview, you don't have to now stop the interview and go get a certain document because they don't have your or whatever. Make sure that everything is there. Prepare for the interview. For example, watch YouTube videos. Like I watched so many YouTube videos before I went for my visa interview. Like watch videos like this. Other au pairs also make videos like this, and watch those videos, hear what questions they were asked, because usually au pairs that have gone through the process, they will tell you questions that were asked there. Get to know those questions and learn the answers to those questions. I did my interview back in 2023. I don't know if the rules have changed, but I don't think much has changed because it's only like 2024. So I'm gonna give you guys a few pointers what to wear. Make sure that you are dressed I would say smart casual. Look decent and presentable, but don't overdress. Like you're not going for a job interview, so you don't need to like put yourself in a suit and tie and high heels and stuff like that. Just be nice and neat and presentable. Be there on time, guys. Please make sure that you get there at least an hour early, so that if you get in traffic or whatever, you have enough time to like catch up. You have enough time to, you know, gather yourself, because sometimes you get so flustered and anxious and stressed out. So you don't want to get to the interview late, because you'll be stressed out that you're late, plus you'll be stressed out that you're going for this very important interview. So please make sure that you are on time. Make sure you have all your documents. That actually should be number one before you even leave the house. Make sure all your documents are on you and everything is there. Everything that you're gonna need is there. And another thing, when you get there, make sure that you don't reveal too much about yourself, okay? Don't be now in the line and talking to everyone and be saying, oh, when I get to America, I'm gonna make sure I get a job there. I'm not coming back to this country, because you never know who's listening. They say the walls have ears. So you might get there and your visa gets denied and you're thinking to yourself, why? It's because of all that you said in the lines. Sometimes they're spying on you and you just talk anyhow and you're not paying attention, and that literally decreases your chances of getting your visa accepted. So I'm not saying don't talk to anyone when you get there, but just be mindful of what you're saying. Like, don't tell everyone your life story and whatnot. Just make sure you know, when you speak, don't reveal too much. Don't lie either. That's another point I was going to get to. When you get there for your interview, don't start lying about things, because if they find out that you are saying something and it's actually not the truth, they might not only deny you for your visa, but you might be banned for life. You might not be able to go to the place that you were supposed to go to, like, ever. You might not be able to come to America, like, ever, because they will ban you because you lied. It means that you have malicious intent. You're not coming here just to Aupair, but you have something more sinister. So make sure you tell the truth, but also don't reveal too much. Most importantly, and I keep saying most importantly because actually all these points are really important, but be calm. Just calm down and relax. You are not going there to be like sentenced or anything. Just calm down and relax, you know, because if you are stressed out and too anxious, you're gonna start saying things that are not asked, then you're gonna get yourself in trouble. So you need to calm down before you go in for your interview. Just tell yourself that it's gonna be okay, I got this. As long as you've prepared, you have nothing to worry about. So you can choose to get your visa delivered to you using DHL, or you can go yourself and pick your visa up. Now let's get to the questions. What kind of questions do they ask? Okay, they usually ask you questions like, where are you going in America? How many kids are you going to take care of? You're going to tell them that you're going to Aupair. So they'll be like, how many kids are you going to take care of? What does your host parents do? Where about in New Jersey you are going? Sometimes they might trick you. They'll be like, oh, so you're going to New York. And maybe you know that you're going to Alabama. So you should be like, no, I'm going to Alabama. Because they're trying to see if you know where you're going and you're not just signing on anything and just going anyhow, but you don't even know where you're going. So you should be like, no, I'm not going to New York, I'm actually going to Alabama, so they know that you know where you're going. They'll ask you maybe sometimes if you have family in America. Is it your first time in America? Are you excited to go to America? What made you choose to Aupair in America? All those questions. Now, don't lie and be like, if you have a family, I don't have a family. Because if they find out you do have a family, you'll be in trouble. Make sure you answer truthfully, but, you know, just answer what they're asking you. Don't try and now tell everything, you know. Let me just briefly tell you a little about my visa application. I went to Durban. The embassy that was closest to me was Durban. My appointment was like for 11 a.m. I think, but it was in the morning. I kind of forgot the time to be exact, but it was in the morning. I got there because I didn't even know where the embassy was. We drove so early in the morning and we were just like using Google Maps to try and find the location, and we got lost a couple of times. But because I was so early, I had enough time to like find the place and everything. So I got there, waited in line. They came and checked my documents, and I was like, yeah, I'm coming here for the interview. And I told them the time, and they were like, okay. They sent me to the relevant place that I was supposed to be at, sat there with a bunch of other people, went through everything to double check if I had all the necessary papers, and it was my turn to go. When I got there, I was interviewed by a very nice American guy. He was okay. He wasn't rude or anything. He was just like serious and stuff, but he wasn't too serious. He was just like, oh, hello. And I was like, hi. And then he started asking me, why am I going to America? I told him I'm going to Aupair. He asked me how long I was going for. I was like, I was going for a year. And he was like, was I coming back after that? And I was like, yeah, I am coming back after that, because I want to continue my education. I want to do my master's in psychology the next year. This is almost like a gap year that I'm taking right now. And he was like, oh, okay, that's really nice. And then he was like, you will receive your visa within, I think, 2 weeks. That's what he said. That's it. You know, have a good day and stuff like that. And I was like, that's it? Like, I didn't go into any room. I didn't sit down. I was just like, you know, when you go to a bank or municipality and you're going there to pay the bill, you wait in line and they call you next, and you go through that little window thing and you submit all your stuff. That's what I did. I wasn't even sent into a room where I sat down and I was interrogated. No, the guy just asked me, and he wasn't even looking at me. He was just looking through my passport and my papers while he was asking me the questions. And I was just standing there looking at him and answering with a very calm voice. I was very calm that day. I don't even know where the calmness came from, but I was super, super chilled. And I just answered him. Like, it didn't even take 5 minutes. I was done, went out, came to my family, and I was like, I'm gonna be getting my visa in 2 weeks, baby. Because they keep obviously your passport if you are accepted. Unless you deny, then they give it back to you. So like at first I was like, what's happening? Am I getting it? They were not giving me back my passport, but because I've never had a visa before, I didn't understand what was happening. So I was like, did I get denied? He was like, you'll get your visa in 2 weeks. And I was like, but I kept my composure, but inside I was like, yes. And then first try, like, I watched so many videos before that interview, and people kept telling me they've done it 3 times, 4 times, and I was so scared. And everyone kept saying it's the hardest thing ever. Honestly, guys, you must take that interview seriously, but it's not the hardest thing you've ever done. You've written exams probably harder than that. It's not that hectic. Don't go in with that mindset, because you're gonna totally flop, because you're gonna be so stressed out. And I watched so many YouTube videos, and people were like, oh, so scary, you go into this interrogation room. I'm thinking, yay, I'm going in an interrogation room like when the police interrogate you after you murder someone. And but when you get there, it's nothing like that. Well, at least for me, it wasn't something like that. But you should also approach it with the mind that it's not hectic. You'll be fine. That is it. If you have any more questions, write down in the comments below. I've been getting a lot of these questions. Like, I think 2 or 3 people have already commented on one of my videos about the visa application thing. I hope this really, really helps. And remember to like, comment, and share, and I will see you guys on the next video.